This is my path, my journey. I'm willing to explain it all to you guys. No holding back anything. I just hope you're ready for the experience, and I just hope you can handle it.
Disclaimer. This video was intended for an adult audience only. Viewer discretion is advised. Anything you see in this video, do not attempt to recreate. This video was created for documentation purposes only. Our purpose is education. We are not justifying or glamorizing using substances. What we are doing is educating people on the substances that we have used and what it has done for us. Do not recreate or do not redo the substances we have done just because we talk about it.
What's going on, guys? So, I want to make this video real quick. I just woke up. Well, I can't say I just woke up. I woke up about an hour ago, but I've been getting work done. I woke up at it's another one of those days where I wake up at 3:30 in the morning and start getting fucking work done. But at least I'm fucking working on things, right? So I wanted to make this video real quick. So I've noticed with psychedelic using people, right? There's psychedelic using people that are completely unaware of the souls of the plants. Now, when I take a plant, I feel its soul. I made some videos earlier when I was outside talking about, the connection, why I use plants to connect, basically to connect. I use plants to connect with Mother Nature herself. Now, I feel like when I was just using DMT, I was lacking certain knowledge or certain things. It's interesting because DMT allowed me to see the farther end of the psychedelic path, the far end of the psychedelic world. Because DMT, there's some psychedelics where it's like you can walk through life and it's almost like it layers the dimension on top of this dimension. So you can still see this dimension, but you can also see the other dimension as well. And that's why you're getting visuals and tripping. And sometimes I guess the visuals are so heavy that you can barely see the world, but at the same time, you can still see the world. With DMT, you're completely out of this world and you're thrown into the next. But what I've noticed with these plant substances, with plants, I've noticed that the plants have allowed me to apply the knowledge better in my life. It's like plants are grounding. So while the psychedelics are ascending, while the psychedelics are very far out there, you can call them, because they could take you far out. And I feel like a lot of the plants, they ground you. For me, plants are grounding, and that's why I use plants. It's like, now that I use plants and herbs, I feel like I'm able to apply the knowledge better to my life. I'm able to apply the psychedelic knowledge better because it's like these plants are a reminder for me. So I use kratom, cannabis, and lately, for 2 months, I've been using gynostema, well, a month and a half, but in gynostema. So I use certain herbs every single day to balance my mind and body out. Now, I just took some kratom 30 minutes ago. And some people would say, kratom's a bad thing to take every day because it attaches to the opiate receptors. I feel like it's my reasoning. It's my reason of why I use kratom. It's the reason of why I use and do what I do. I think that when you have an intention to connect with the soul of the plant you are using, I feel like it's a little deeper than just, taking something to, I guess, solve your problems. I take these plants with the same intention of why I use DMT, the same intention of why I use psychedelics in general. It's the same reason why I take plants. It's the exact same reason, to connect. With DMT, for me, it's connecting with the universe at that point because, connecting back with Godhead, or you can, because there's different levels to DMT depending on how much you took. But there's different levels to these plants as well. There's so many people that really only know the small aspects of the plant. Hold on. I was gonna sneeze. Oh man, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Well, I guess I'm not gonna sneeze. Um, but there's so many people that only know the small aspects of these plants, where it's like, um, I know the small, middle, and deep end of the majority of the substances and plants I use. There's only a couple where I really don't know the deep, deep end of them, but I can see where it would go. Um, but like motherwort is a prime example because I actually got some motherwort staring at my face. So this is some motherwort that found down by the river. So I'm just drying it out, and I'm gonna make a tea with it. I'm actually gonna get one more tomorrow, and then I'm gonna dry them out and I'll make tea with them. Uh, but like I like to I like to use the plants that I would be able to use in my home area. Um, Now, that's not the majority of the time because cannabis and kratom, I take them every single day and they don't grow in my home area. Um, but, I've been, when it comes to like motherwort, blue vervain, wild lettuce, um, there's a, I'm trying to expand the plants I'm using to, be the plants in my home area because it's a connection thing. And it's the same thing I do with psychedelics. And I think that more psychedelic people, I think we need to realize that we need to connect with the planet as well. We don't need to just, so many people are worried about going inside of themselves and learning about the inner dimensions and interdimensional travel and the light beings and the elves and the jesters and the city of light and uh, the vortex and then the city of light and the second vortex and then the isness and then there's all this aspects of the psychedelics that this is just everything I've learned on my path, but it's like I think that the greatest some of this, honestly, probably the greatest knowledge that I've gotten has been from the plants, not just from the psychedelics. Yes, I don't even know if greatest is the word. I think that it's more like the more useful knowledge that I can use in my human day to day life and apply it to reality, I got from the plants. Um, Technically, probably from the psychedelics, but the plants as well. The psychedelics, like I said, are far out, so it's like it's hard to most people know it's hard to come back with knowledge and then apply it to your life and then you get and then plants reassured me with a lot of things. So many people will doubt the philosophies. They'll say, well this probably isn't real. It's it's all in your head. And it's like, if it's all in your head, it's all in your head. That's what they think. And it's like, yeah, reality is all in your head. The universe is in our head. Um, but the plants have reassured me with that. The plants have reassured me with some of the philosophies that I've had. It's like, because plants are visual. Like, what I love to do is, I love to, take these plants and then connect with them. And I love to take the psychedelics and connect with it and show me and have it learn. Like, it's a learning thing. These plants to me are like books, and I take these plants just like people read books, and I gain knowledge from the plants. And, just like people do with psychedelics, just like people do with books, just like people do with, I don't know, videos nowadays, audio, because this is how I learn with a lot of videos. And, you know, other shit. That's how I learn other shit. It's like, but how I learn a lot of things is from these plants and these psychedelics. The psychedelics, though, they've taught me who I am deep down to my core, deep down to reality, the dimensions that are layered over top of each other, and then the light dimension, the light beings, the different elves, and how we could sing objects into creation just like the light beings. And I can go deep into the psychedelic philosophy, but what the plants have allowed me to do is ground myself so I don't lose myself necessarily. And so I don't fall too deep into the isness and not be able to function in reality correctly or to my best ability. With these plants, my cognitive function has increased and gotten better. My memory has gotten better. My drive has gotten better. Motivation. My, just sense of just great sense of well-being through life, and like almost like I have a reason to live type shit. And I've always had a reason to live. Don't get me wrong, and I don't know. I've always been a driven person since I was very young. Since I was very young, and then when you have kids, your kids drive you. Your kids motivate you, but then deeper than external motivation, my internal motivation is on fire. Like I'm on point, and I definitely feel like it's because I have these plants to guide me through life. And so many people, you know, there's a lot of people that will sit there and say, "Oh, well, that's just a crutch, or you're using it like a drug, or whatever." There's a lot of people that'll be like, well, that's not really you. If the plant's allowing you to do it, then it's not really you. And I think that we misunderstand that. It's like, well, if that's the case, then eat nothing. Then eat no food and drink no water, because the water you drink will affect your mind and body depending on what type of water it is. Will depend on whether it helps your body function better, or just skate by. Depending on what food you eat will depend on whether your body works correctly or not as well. And that is because of the molecules, but deeper than that, that is because planet Earth is here to help us and provide for us and guide us through this life and make it a little easier for us, because Mother Nature knows this life is not designed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. But that's what these plants have taught me, and they've made me okay with it. They help me apply things to my life better. They help me rationalize better to myself, and just do things, stay grounded. I don't know. It's very interesting. That's why I use plants every single day. And when I say I use plants every single day, well, so do you. I mean, everyone eats technically plants every single day. You know, or we're eating things that came from plants, or plants. Yeah, Mother Nature supports us and helps us survive and feeds us, just like a mother would. Uh, but when I say plants, I'm talking about like herbs. I'm talking about medicinal medicines. I'm talking about, these medicinal herbs that the shamans would use, the shamans in Native America, the shamans in Asia, the shamans in Africa. I'm talking about the Ayurvedic herbs. I'm talking about uh, the herbs in, that even some cultures haven't even necessarily grasped on. Certain tribes that use, like, I don't know. I really like that. Some of the herbs in Africa used. Also the dagas. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. These things really help me in my life, and yeah, this is just. And it's interesting because motherwort, I think, was also, and don't quote me on this, but I think the shamans used to use it as like an antipsychotic thing. So it's like if you have I think they used it like if somebody was too too out there for too long, even off the substance, maybe motherwort would ground them, and maybe that's why I'm grounded the way I am. And it's like I can function in life. It's people be like, yo, your conversations are fucking wild and shit, and it's like, how do you live a normal life? And it's like, I just live a normal life, and I'm just a normal person. Like, realistically, I'm just a normal person. I might have these views on reality, and you know, I have these views on reality because these are my personal experiences in my life. This is what I've personally been through. I've been through a lot of psychedelic experiences, a lot of herbal experiences. Like, I don't do psychedelics as much anymore, but at the same time, I use plants and herbs every single day. So it's like they never let me forget the psychedelic experience, because they all connect you to what is, just in their own different way. And some a little more subtle than others, but this is just reality, you know? And I think that more psychedelic people, I think, need to start using herbs, you know, ingesting herbs and connecting with Mother Nature, you know. And I can't tell you what to do, you know, but I just think that the shamans used more than ayahuasca. And there's so many people that only use psychedelics expecting to learn it all, but it's so hard to bring it back with the psychedelic experience. That's why if you this is what I do. I usually take the psychedelic experience, and then I will take herbs the next day. You know, like usually for me it's kratom because I'll usually take a kratom break before psychedelics. If not for a week, then a day. But depending on what psychedelic I'm using for ayahuasca, I usually wait about a week and a half, with no herbs whatsoever, and and then afterwards I'll wait 48 hours and then use herbs. But this is just my way of doing things in my life, and this is just what has worked for me. This is why I've been able to bring back as much information with my psychedelic experiences and using technology as well. It's like, I think that these videos honestly have helped me remember so much about my psychedelic experiences, and this is why I remember so much and why I'm able to bring back as much knowledge, because I have many different strategies that I have created for myself to be able to uh, bring back as much knowledge as possible from the psychedelic experience and apply as much knowledge as possible, because what's the point of knowledge if it can't be used? So I think that uh, this is just my thing, and I'm very different than most people, and I understand that, because I'm also trying to do the business thing, and I'm trying to, honestly, the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life is business. Like, people like traveling dimensions and fucking handling whatever, I don't know, that's nothing. That's nothing. Handling dimensions, even raising kids, like, man, that's nothing. Got this. Doing business shit, that's hard. Like, it's hard for me because, like, it's just concepts that I'm not used to. Like, things that the psychedelic experience and psychedelic mindset conflicts with, basically, is business. They don't mix. You have to find a way to um, positive and negative polarity that shit, where it's like fucking balancing each other out, like yin and yang, but they can never really mix. Small amount maybe, but I don't, it's really hard. um, but yeah, I think that this is why I've been able to bring back as much knowledge, because I use the plants. I also, the plants ground me. I also, use videos to document my experiences. Whether I record the experience itself or I will just record a video after the experience. And a lot of times, when I record a video after the experience, a lot of times they don't get released. Majority of the time, I guess they do. But there's a lot of times where I'll just record a video for myself for memory purposes, and then re-record another video, or a trip report or something about it. And yeah, this is what I have been doing. This is what I have done. This is what I'm trying to do. Just live my life. But thank you guys so much. And I don't want people to misunderstand, right? I enjoy the fuck out of my life. Like, I enjoy the shit out of it. Like, even though it's hard as shit a lot of times, I'm so busy lately that it's insane. I've never been this busy in my entire life, but I think that that's a good thing. Just keep busy on the things that you love to do, and even stay busy on the things you don't love to do. Because I've been trying to learn crypto. I have to learn cryptocurrency, and I've been learning, about things like that, and it's very complicated and very hard for me, but I am attempting because I need to evolve with reality, because my mind is evolving on dimensions and interdimensional travel and all this other shit, and And I think that this is what's working for me. Like Mother Nature literally is a being that is guiding me through life. As long as I, it's like these plants are guiding me. And I definitely think that uh, technology can help as well. Technology is a form of organics. Like it's not just. I think we misunderstand technology. I think technology is just an extended arm of Mother Nature. Um, I think that it is basically Mother Nature creating, like if we were to create a robot suit, right? We're in control of the robot suit and we're inside of it and we can move around, and it's almost like that, but Mother Nature is creating things and we are the hands of Mother Nature and we are creating these things because this is what needs to happen to evolve. And but I think that we're supposed to mix them. We're supposed to stay, if we're going to be connected to the internet, then we better be connected to the plants. And that's what I feel. And if we can get that down packed, then we will be great. We will be the human race that we were meant to be. A human race connected to Mother Nature, using these psychedelics to connect to, for lack of a better word, Godhead, and using the plants to connect to, Earth, to balance ourself out. And I think that's the point. To find balance, to grow, to evolve, to change, to live, to love, to, the God is basically playing hide and seek with himself, having fun, living life, exploring, slowly becoming what is on the third realm, just like what is on every other dimensional realm. And I think that eventually we will be at the singularity, but it's just, yeah, life is amazing. And I think that the plants just allow me to feel my experiences, think about them differently. I meditate, a lot of times I meditate while I'm on the herbs, so different different herbs cause different types of meditations and different visuals and different thoughts and different whatever. So this is just what I've experienced, but I'm gonna get going because if I don't, I'm gonna be talking forever. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your day. It is literally 5:20 a.m. and I'm gonna be up for the day, get dressed, gonna do my thing, but had to make this video first. But thank you guys. Peace out.